We back with our first story time.
Well, this is my baby first story time.
Yeah, it's
I'm
my
just
first
here.
story time.
I'm gonna ask a couple questions just so like if she forget anything or some stuff, because this is my first time hearing this story time too. So, well, a little deeper into it, like detailed.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask y'all questions, some stuff that y'all might want to know. I ask.
Yeah.
But I'm here for support, guys.
Yeah.
So I won't be really talking unless I'm asking questions. But yeah.
So, anyways, so we're gonna start off by saying like, domestic violence is a very serious situation. And if anybody that's watching this ever went through that, I'm here for you because I've went through it. Yeah.
Or going through it.
Y'all probably never knew that I went through it. Yeah, but I did. And I never thought I would, because I always used to be like, yo, a nigga hit me? Alright. But it was just, a learning situation, and I can't too much complain. So we're going to kick it off like, we met in 2016, roughly around November. And we met in Sunland. I was staying in Sunland at that time. And I was walking by Sunland Park by myself. I was going back to my house, I believe. Yeah, I was going home from the park. And I seen him walking from my street. And we ran into each other. And he was like, hey, I'll talk to you. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And we started talking, and he was like, oh, let me get your number. I gave him my number. He was cute to me, you feel me? He was light-skinned. He was, he was my type, pretty much.
How old were you and him?
I was 18 at the time, and he was 19. Yeah, so he was 1 year older than me. And after that, I got his number the same day. We was texting. I went home, and he was like, oh, you want to come? You want to chill? I'm at my uncle's house. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll pull up. You feel me? I ain't got shit doing. A little fast ass, yeah. Nah, but I pulled up. And when I pulled up there, he was in the back of his uncle's house with, I think, one of his cousins or his friend. And we were just back there chilling. It was a little good vibe. Like, he wasn't doing too much. He was chill. It was a little nice vibe. But we was talking, and he was like, oh, you think you want to talk to me and stuff? And I was like, yeah, of course, you cute, whatever. And he was like, but I'm crazy. And, me...
When that happened, yeah, what was...
I was young and dumb, so when he said crazy, I was like, oh, shit. I'm gonna have a nigga crazy about me? This about to be fire. Like, yeah, I was all with it. I thought that shit was cute. Like, yeah, this nigga crazy. He finna be crazy about me. He not about to play about me. But after that, I take what people say for what they say. Whatever they tell me is what I believe. Because him telling me that he was crazy turned out to be true. But at that time, I didn't think of it as crazy, like crazy psychopath crazy. I didn't think of it like that. But you gotta take people for what they say, yo. You can't make excuses for nobody or swear for nobody, because listen, I put myself in that predicament because he told me he was crazy, and he told me, hey, this is not what you want. Like, I don't know if you could handle me. And I thought I could, but it turned out I couldn't. So, long story short, we started talking. Everything was good. Everything was great. I used to always go over to his uncle's house because he used to stay there. I found out that his mom was locked up and his brother was locked up, so he was really stressed out a lot, and he was into it with the law. So,
did you, like, when you met him, that's how it was?
Yes.
Him or both of them, like?
Both of them.
Did you think anything of that?
I mean, hood niggas at that time. So I didn't think nothing too much of it, you feel me? This fucking sun ray is getting me tight, but I'm just let it slide.
What about like what type of trouble was
He was scamming.
Okay, so it wasn't
scamming.
Like domestic violence.
No, he was just scamming, and that was just his thing.
So
how he get money.
His record, you wouldn't even know.
No. And like I said, at the time, everything to him was attractive to me, so I didn't give a fuck. I was young and I was wild. I ain't care. I'm with the shit, nigga. I'm finna be in your side when you driving. Like, yeah, I was a ride or die type bitch. You feel me? But
that's like that now. Like, try to help them in certain ways that they don't know. Like,
that's a
certain
fact.
Things you could tell them that they might think fast like you were, how you was back then. Like, oh,
that's why y'all need to watch this video and learn from me. Anyways, let's keep it going because I'm not trying to make a long video. Everything was good, like I said, and then it went bad one day. Boom. We was chilling. Okay, so I really sacrificed myself for this nigga. Okay, guys, I had a fucking place. My mom had a place I was staying with her at the time. I had my own room, and I started. Y'all might talk shit, but I started staying with him some nights in the back of his van. In the back of a van in front of his uncle's house.
What?
I had a job at the time. I was working. I had a car at the time. I was driving. And my problem is I try to see the good in everybody. So even though I knew he was in a fucked up situation, like he was in trouble with the law and shit like that, like I still seen the good in him and I wanted to help him out and I wanted to be there for him and support him like the best I could. You feel me? But you can't always do that. And I learned that. So anyways, the first incident when he put his hands on me, he, like I said, he was a scammer. So he was using his uncle's laptop. I had just came back from my house and I came to his uncle's house and we was inside the van and the van was set up, you know, blanket on the floor, whatever. He has uncle's laptop in there, and I believe I gave him my phone. I had 2 phones at a time. I gave him one of my phones. It was a little prepaid phone. I got that shit free, and I gave it to him. And because he lost his phone, so I gave it to him, and he went back up to the store. He had to go back up to the phone store because the phone, basically, we needed fucking money. And he said the phone cost too much, so he was just gonna return it. When he went up to the store, he was trying to call me because they wasn't trying to give him back exactly the amount of money that he paid for it. And he was trying to call me and he didn't get me because my ass was in the fucking van trying to be cute and sexy for when he come back. Yo, I was wild. I'm trying to be cute and sexy for when he come back in the van. So I'm setting up the van and I ain't really paying attention to my phone. He comes back to the van. He swings the van door open. He like, what the fuck he's doing, you stupid bitch? He threw the phone at me and it hit me in my mouth. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck wrong with you? He grabs a fucking pole shit outside by where the trash can was outside his uncle's house. And he's trying to hit me with it in the van. So I grabbed the shit from him and dragged him in the van. And we started fighting in the van. And I was beating his ass. And he fell on top of the laptop. And the laptop broke. And he was on top of the laptop. I was beating his ass. And he was like, stop. He had his hands up. And after I stopped, he got up and he seen that the laptop was broke. Mind you, know how scammers is with their laptop. So when he seen the laptop was broke, he turned into the motherfucking devil. That nigga went Super Saiyan, okay? That motherfucker just started, boom, like he just started beating my ass. I ain't even gonna lie. He beat my fucking ass so bad, like bad as fuck. I had a black eye, my lip was busted, and he took my phone from me. He was like, give me a shit. He took my phone from me. He was like, call whoever you want to call, bitch. Call your brother, anybody you want to call, and I'm going to fuck them up. And when I'm done fucking them up, I'm going to fuck you up again. And that's going to be that. And I was scared. I was like, what the fuck? That nigga crazy. Like, bro, I ever had a nigga put their hands on me. That was the first time he put his hands on me. I didn't end up, he held me hostage that night. I couldn't go home. So I had to end up sleeping there. He took my phone all night, so I couldn't call nobody. And yeah, I was just fucked up. I was crying. I was like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did I go wrong? What's going on?
Did it cross your mind to like leave?
I mean, it did. But then again, I was scared. Like I told you, I was scared. Because at this point, I know I could fight, but I can't beat no man. So I could do so much, you know? And then it was hard for me to leave because he stayed 2 blocks away from me. Okay? He could walk to my house. So when I would, like, okay, boom. The next morning I had work, so I had to get up and go home, get ready, and I came back to him before I went to work, right? And when I came back to him, I don't know what the fuck happened. He snapped again. The next morning, he grabbed me by my throat, threw me against the van, and was like, bitch, don't fucking play with me, I will kill you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't do shit again. I still ain't do shit. And I don't know where you doing this again. So at this point, I'm like, this is not a good sign. I gotta go. I'm in danger. Like, this is not good. But like I said, it was hard for me to leave. Because, yeah. So, after that, shit just kept going left. So, I used to do shit like, I used to buy shit for him. If it wasn't what he wanted, he not eating it, he not taking it. He used to open bank accounts in my name. When I would break up with him, because he was a scammer and he knew my social, and that's where I fucked up, would let him know my social. He used to open bank accounts in my name, and I would just get the fucking letters, come to my house, and when I check the mailbox, I'll see, oh, Bank of America. You open a new Bank of America, or you open a new whatever. And I used to be like, bro, why the fuck is you opening up shit in my name? Like, that's fucked up, you feel me? And he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. He used to be like, oh, bitch, he used to be like, oh, bitch, if I can't have you, nobody can't have you, I'ma fuck your life up. That's what he used to try to do. He used to stalk me. He used to wait outside of my house for me. Like, I used to have to, like, break up with him and leave. I used to go by my friend's house. I used to go by 2 of my homegirls' house. I used to go by one mainly. She's still my dog to this day. And I used to go by her house and hide out from him. And he used to text them and curse their ass out and tell them, oh, tell her when I see her, I'm going to beat her up and I'm going to fuck her up. And just crazy shit. Like, I got a message.
Were y'all still in a relationship at this time?
Yeah.
So you was just trying to stay away from him?
Yeah, I was trying to stay away from him.
Did you say, like, did you break up with him at all?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Nope. But he was just, like, crazy. Like, bitch, come the fuck back now. Where the fuck you at? I'm gonna fuck you up. You with a nigga? You cheating? I'm gonna fuck you when I see you. And if I see them, I'm gonna fuck him up. And that's just how it was. That shit was crazy. You feel me? And he used to stalk me so bad. Like, one time I was in the car with my friend, and she was in the back seat, and he was in the front seat, and I went to go see her, and he was like, they got into an argument because none of my friends liked him, none of my family liked him because of what he used to do to me. So she was in the back seat, and she started violating his ass like wicked. Like, she was like, you dirty ass nigga, you a bum ass bitch. I don't know why my friend with you, ugly as fuck. She need to leave you alone. She was just doing him bad. So I guess all that shit, cause he know it's true, it started to eat him up. So he got mad and he looked at me and was like, kick her out the car right now, I'm punching your shit. And I looked at my friend, I was just like, friend, just go, because I don't want to cause no problems. I don't want anything to go left. And I ended up kicking her out my car for that nigga, and she was really mad at me. She looked at me and she was like, yeah, you dead ass gonna kick me out the car for this fuck nigga? Like, really? We could beat his ass if he put his hands on you. Like, you think I'm really gonna sit here and watch him put his hands on you? And I dropped her off that day because of him. And yeah, that was dumb of me.
Did she ever Like, was it instances your friends or your family was like, bro, you need to stop messing with him?
Yes, my mom, because my mom didn't know I was dating. Like, she knew, but I ain't never tell her. So my mom didn't find out I had a boyfriend and that he was crazy until that day when I came home with a black eye. My brother was mad as fuck. My older brother, he was mad as fuck. He called all his little friends. They pulled up to my house, and the nigga was at my house. Mind you, my mom called me that day. When my mom found out, right? When my mom heard the commotion going outside with, he was outside, my brother was trying to beat his ass, and he was on a bike. And my mom heard the commotion, she came outside, and that's when I told her what was going on, because she called me and my brother inside and was like, what's going on? And I told her, like, yeah, this is my boyfriend, but he's crazy. He be stalking me. He beat me up. That's why I got a black eye and shit like that. And she told me, you know what she told me? I seen him in front of my house all day.
What the fuck?
She said he was in front of the house all fucking day.
She didn't think he was stalking her house.
Yes, she didn't think he was stalking her house. She just thought he was some random nigga just doing whatever he's doing. You feel me? But he was fucking waiting there for me because I ran away. Like, I was nowhere to be found after that shit. And he was waiting there all fucking day. She said he was there all day. And that same day, he knocked on my fucking window, and my little brother answered he was in my room, and my little brother looked through the window and seen him, and my little brother answered the door, because my mom wasn't home that time. He answered the door. He used my little brother's phone to call me. And because it's my little brother, of course, I'm going to answer. When I answer, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He was bipolar. He was a Cancer. He was fucking bipolar. That's why I would never, ever date another fucking Cancer. He was bipolar. I'm like, why the fuck is you at my house? Why do you have my little brother's phone? What the fuck? He's like, because I love you. Just come back, please, please, please. Nigga, you see my eyes? That's how you know I ain't lying, because my shit getting watery. But yeah. And like, he used to stop me. So anyways, that's how my mom found out that I was talking to him. And that day, that night, my brother, them, and my cousins and his friends, they was trying to beat his ass. He was on the bike. And he was on the bike, and he was just talking shit. He went to his house and came back, right? Out of nowhere, he rode off because my brother was trying to run after him and grab him. He rode off and went to his house. He came back. He like, I love her. Come here, just come here and talk to me. I just want to talk to you. Little do you know, that nigga had a knife in his motherfucking pocket. And if I would have went over there to talk to him, I know probably he would have stabbed me. And I don't know where he would have stabbed me. I probably would have never been here right now. But that's one time I could have lost my life by this fuck nigga, okay?
From that time when that happened, how long were you with him?
When that happened, I was with him 3 months. 3 months in. When we first started talking, apart from him telling me that he was crazy, he looked at me, he told me, all my girlfriends always move away from me. And at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I just like, oh shit, they young. Cause like I was 18, so obviously they had to be younger. Yeah, I was dating when he was younger. So I'm like, obviously, I was like, okay, probably their mom may want them talking to no nigga and probably move them out the area or move them out the state. But it didn't make sense. The motherfucker was crazy, so their mom had to move away from this nigga. That's what he meant by all his girlfriends had to move away, cause he was crazy.
What if somebody was to say that to you right now? What would you
I'm
do?
running. Red flag, bitch. I'm fucking sprinting, bitch. I'm out. Bitch, bye.
Alright, how y'all start by talking to you?
So we started by talking because he apologized, and he got his dad to talk to me and tell me like, oh, he really loves you, he cares about you, and I fell for it, and I started talking back to him. And I used to still try to do things for him and still try to make him feel special, and you know, just be there for him, support him mentally and physically and financially. Like, you know, I was the one making the bread, but like I said, he was very ungrateful, so I felt like I was doing all of that for nothing. So let's get to the second incident. I decided to do a little nice date and go to Santa's Enchanted Forest. I went with my best friend and her boyfriend, and it was me and him. My best friend came and got us, and we went out there. You know, it was little nice vibes. We had some cute little pictures. We was on a Ferris wheel and shit, like hugged up, kissed up, like we was having a little good time. It was his first time there, it was my first time there, and then shit went left. We went outside to smoke. We went outside the fair to go smoke. So we sitting down we sitting down in this black area by some trees, It's like two table benches, if y'all know what that is. And we sitting down there and we smoking, and he grabbed my phone and searched through my phone, and he seen me text my best friend, my boy best friend. But it was nothing crazy, but it's the simple fact that I was texting a boy. He didn't like that. He snapped. He threw my phone, and he grabbed me and started fighting. We started fighting. He slammed me on the floor. This was so fucking embarrassing because we're by a parking lot, a full parking lot full of people. We had a fucking fear. In Florida, that's a big fear. Everybody go there. So, you know, everybody's seeing this shit. 2 homeless people was by me, and they was begging for me. They was like, no, stop. Don't do that to her. Leave her alone. And I just felt so bad, bro. And then I got up, and I was dirty, and dirt was all on me. And he was like, bitch, I'm going to break your phone. And he threw my phone on the floor, tried to break it. And we ended up fighting again. I ended up calling my friend like, yo, we got to go. Like, this nigga just put his hands on me. I was crying. I was embarrassed. I was stressed. We didn't even go back in the fair. He didn't even want me to go back in the fair. He told us, come on, bitch, we going to the car. And we had to wait at the car for my friend. All these people walking past looking at me, and he just there cursing me out. And it's just so fucking embarrassing. And, like, I was just like, bro, what the fuck? At this point, I was like, yeah, this shit's not getting any better. So I ended up leaving again. I ended up leaving. Like I said, I used to go missing, but like I said, I could never win. So this time when I left him, I broke up with him. I had work that day. So I went to work. The next day, I went to work, and I went by my friend's house after. So I decided I had to go home. So I was driving, like I said at the time. I drove to my house, and God was on my side when I was dating this man. Because there's plenty of times I could have died. This is the second time now. So before I pulled up to my house, like the side of my house, before I made it to the side of my house, I was coming down the street. Before I made it to the side of my house, suddenly my mom was like, turn off your lights. I turned off my headlights. Something was like, lock your doors. I locked my doors. I pulled up slowly in front of my house. It's dark as fuck. It's late as fuck. Nobody outside. And I'm scared as fuck because I know how he is. So I turn off the car. And when I turn off the car, I'm looking around. I'm looking around, making sure that I don't see him. But it's dark, like I said. So, you know, he could be hiding in a dark area.
It seems like now that you know him, y'all been dating, and you know what he's capable of, or you know what he'll do. Now you're watching your back.
Yeah, I'm more aware.
Different because you're with somebody
he's
like
crazy.
him.
Yeah.
So again, tip: if you find yourself doing stuff like that, or changing your normal ways of just moving, that's probably a red flag.
Yeah. So I looked around. I didn't see nobody. I kid you not, guys. As soon as I was about to pull my fucking handle to open my door, this nigga ran to my car and hit my glass. And when he hit my glass, he was like, open the door, bitch, open the door. He was banging on my fucking glass trying to break it. Motherfucker, I turned my car on, I put my shit in drive, and I hit that motherfucking gas. I didn't care if it ran him over. I didn't care if it ran his feet over. I didn't give a fuck what happened to him. I was out. I didn't even come back home that night, okay? Because obviously he was still going to be waiting there for me. So I didn't come back home that night. So the next day now, I'm talking to my best friend about it. He used to stay right next, 2 houses down from me. So I told him, I'm like, yo, I gotta go back home, but I'm scared because I know he's looking for me. He been texting all my friends crazy ass messages, right? He used to make fake pages, fake Facebook pages, mad fake pages with my name and picture, and text my friends. He was fucking crazy. Long story short, that happened. I had to call my homeboy that night. I said, yo, I'm finna come home tonight, but I need you to I need you to wait for me outside and wait till I get inside before you leave, right? So boom, he pulled up to the house. They had me in the car. They pulled up to my house. They was like, all right, you can go inside. He not here. I'm like, no, bro. I know he's here. They're like, bro, ain't nobody here. Like, look, we right here, if anything. I'm like, bro, I know he here. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Just go park in that grass field right there, and let's wait for a little bit, because I know he here. He was like, I'm gonna circle the block one more time, cause I gotta go home. I was like, all right, just circle the block. He circled the block. We didn't see nobody, but something in my heart told me he was there. He parked in the lawn field, like I told him. I was like, park in the grass area, and let's just sit here and wait for a little bit. Kid you not, while I'm sitting there waiting, I look by my side of my house. It's 2 garbage cans. It's two palm trees. It's no light over there, so it's dark as fuck. He moved my garbage can, put it in front of the tree, and he's hiding in front of the 2 trees. He's hiding in the middle of the 2 trees. Sitting down, crouched. You couldn't have seen him. When I seen him, they was like, where he at? I'm like, bro, he's right there. They was like, I don't see nobody. I'm like, shine your fucking headlights. Pull up over there and shine your headlights. When they pulled up, they seen him. He ran out with a big ass brick, trying to hit the car window with the brick. And I told them, drive off, drive off. At this point, they mad. They had to beat this nigga ass. I'm like, no, don't do it. Because I'm always trying to save him. I'm like, no, just don't beat his ass. Just pull around. Like, just leave. I'll just go somewhere else. I'm not going to go home. They pulled around the next block, and he hopped on his bike, and he rolled his bike around, I guess trying to find where the van was going. And he seen us parked up in this another parking grass area, and he hopped off his bike, came up to their car, banging on the window like, what the fuck you doing in there with my bitch? Hitting the car glass, mad, acting crazy. So I'm about to beat this nigga ass. I'm like, no, don't do it. They didn't do it for the sake of me. They drove off, and we went somewhere else. So at this point, they was like, bro, you tripping. Like, why's you letting this happen? We could have beat his ass just now for you. You feel me? Well, I'm like, that's not going to solve nothing. He's still going to be here. He's still going to annoy me. He's still going to stalk me. It's like, you know, it's going to be worse for me. So I told him not to. So that happened. And we ended up started talking back because his dad. And we ended up started talking back. So let me just cut this up real quick. I'm gonna make it short. My last situation. You wanna say something?
I wanted to say, after that, like, when he used to try to, like, once he did something, both of y'all know was wrong, and people seen, so you know other people know what he's doing. What did he say, or was he apologetic, or
yes,
he just said,
he
"Oh,
was
bitch, you gonna be back with me"?
Yes,
like,
he was apologetic. He was bipolar, so as soon as he would beat my ass, do this to you, you push me to do this, like he was like justifying why he had to hit me every time. And I used to be like, okay, I guess he really do love me, so I used to stay and go back every time.
So those things too,
and
like,
everybody used to tell me like, he's gonna kill you. My mom looked at me in my face, and my brother looked at me in my face and said, you need to leave him alone because he's gonna kill you. And I didn't think nothing of it, but I'm glad I listened. It's the last time he put his hands on me, and the last time he put his hands on me, we broke up. I broke up with him. He was stalking me. He been texting my friends, and he couldn't get in touch with me. I wasn't seeing him or nothing, so he was mad as fuck.
how far into the relationship was
we were 7 months at this point, because this is the end of the fucking relationship.
So within 3 months, he first put his hands on you. Probably like the middle of the relationship, since it was like 7 months, maybe 4 or 5 months in, he did it again,
And then 7 months.
Okay.
So at this point, I broke up with him, and I was like, I'm done. He asked me to take him to the bank the next morning because he got to go get some money off his car. And I was like, all right, cool, because I got a good heart. And I was like, all right, I'll bring you. The morning I woke up, I got in the car. I turned on my car. I was about to leave to go pick him up, so to bring him to the bank because I had work later on that day. This is the third time I could have lost my life. As soon as I got in the car, something in my mind told me, go back in the house and grab a knife. I listened. I went back in the house. I grabbed the knife. I put it in the side of my door by the driver's side. I drove to his house, and when I pulled up in there, the look on his face alone let me know like something ain't right. So I was like, what's up? What bank you going to? He was like, hold on, I'm coming back. That coming back was probably a weapon he went to go get and come back, okay? When he came back, he sat in the car. He was like, I was like, what bank you going? Because I got to go to work in a few. He was like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Drive. I'm going to tell you where the fuck to go. I'm not going to no fucking bank. I'm going to tell you where to go. We're going to go there. I'm going to fuck you. And then you can leave. I'm not finna do this, bro. I'm finna turn around the car if this the case, because I don't have time to play with you. As soon as I said that, he grabbed my phone and he slapped me in my mouth. with my phone. That's why I got a chip tooth. So if you ever see my chip, that's why I got a chip tooth. He slapped me with my iPhone in my mouth while I was driving. I blacked out. I blacked out instantly. When I woke back up and gained conscience, I was about to run into a fucking pole. I was already up on the curb and all, about to hit the pole. Like, I'm gonna say about 3 inches away from the fucking pole. Alright, that's dragging it. About 10 inches away from the fucking pole, and I had to swerve the car off the fucking sidewalk in order to avoid that pole. And he was in the car. We would have ran straight into that fucking pole if I would have never woke back up. It was 2 men walking at the time. They seen the whole shit take place. After that, I hopped out the car, I grabbed my knife, and I started stabbing up the area that he was in. But I was scared to stab him, so I didn't stab him. I was just trying to scare him so he'd get the fuck out of my shit. He jumped out the car. He's like, I'm sorry. He found my tooth and gonna tell me, oh, I found it. We could go fix it. No, bitch. Get the fuck out. And I'm calling the cops. Bitch, you're going to jail for real this time. And I was dead set to the point like, bitch, you're going to jail. Because my mom just bought me this car. You fucked my shit up. After I hopped out of the car and I started calling the police and he was trying to chase me around the car, I was running around the car. I left the key in the car. I wasn't thinking because I was in shock. He jumped in my car and he took off with my car. When the police came, the 2 men that seen everything, they told their side. And the police, they put in the radio like, oh, we looking for this type of car, da-da-da. They end up I end up calling my mom. I was fucking barefoot, no shoes, because my shoes was in the car. I end up calling my mom. They end up telling me that they found my car. My mom took me to where the car was. When I pulled up to the car, he slashed all my tires. He bust all my windows. And I don't know why he took the key. He's dumb as fuck. He locked the car and took the key, but my car was fucked up. So after that happened, I told myself I was done fucking with him. My mom was like, look at your face now. Look at your teeth. You're missing your teeth. Like, you letting this man fuck up your life. So, like, that was really it for me. But even after that, I still went back, guys.
Are you fucking dumb?
I don't know why I kept going back. I think I was scared of leaving because I know that he was stalking me and doing all these crazy shit to me, so I went back. And when I went back, this time he got a hotel. His dad got him a hotel, and he was at the hotel with his dad and his dad girlfriend, and he made me come over there, and he sweet talked me and made me forgive him once again. And at that point, my mom woke up the morning looking for me, and she didn't know where I was, but she knew where I was low key, but she didn't know, and she knew I was with him. So that morning she was like, you know what, you're gonna end up dead, so just go to New York. And that's when I moved to New York, April 1st 2017. That same day I bought my ticket, the same day I packed my shit, the same day I left. I told him that I was leaving, and he was sad. He started crying, and he was like, just come see me before I leave. But I couldn't make it because time was catching up on me. So he ended up coming to see me. And when he ended up coming to see me, he told me, oh, if you would have ever came to see me, you would have never made that flight. You would have never caught that flight. And I was just like, wow, he was going to hold me hostage so that I would miss the flight. And probably, I don't know what he would have did. But that was my abusive story. Like, even when I went to New York, he was still stalking me because he had my social. He had he used to put in my number, and he used to bring up my phone records, and he used to search through my phone records. Anybody that I used to call that was from New York, he used to text them crazy shit. And I ended up losing my job because of that. Like, he still was like stalking me. I almost went back to Florida and moved back to Orlando with him. We planned on moving to Orlando. He bought my ticket and everything, but my mom, she talked me out of it, and I ended up not going. But I really say this to say that, like, it was a really tough point in my life. I lost mad weight. I was skinny as fuck. I was just stressed out. I was just depressed. I was just going through a lot, and it was just a sad situation. I never thought I would see myself in that. I had a real life stalker and a real life abuser.
So
and
when you did move to New York and y'all still kept in touch, like, did he just stop texting you, or you just like stopped texting?
No, we was texting up until he died.
Where is he?
And yes, he died.
Where is he now?
He died.
How?
We was texting up until he died. A week before he died, he texted me and was like, change, please, can you come back to Florida? I'm a better person for you. I promise I'm a better man. I'm matured and all this. And I really believed it for a moment. And then just to find out a week later, I seen people writing rest in peace. And when I text his brother, because his brother and his mom end up coming out of jail, so I texted his brother and was just like, yo, what happened to Tay? And he was just like, he killed himself. And he killed his girlfriend that he had got after, and he killed his girlfriend mom. He killed both of them and himself to make 3 homicides one time. And it was just crazy, yo. Like, I'll put the article up there so y'all could see. He ended up killing that girl. Rest in peace to her. I wish I would have knew who she was before, like, he did what he did, because I sure would have told her to run and run fast. But he is 6 feet under, and I could have lost my life, and I'm still battling with shit because of him. But that's my abusive story.
What would you tell people that could be in the same situation but feel the same way, like they're scared to leave? What is the best way?
What I'm gonna tell you is this: leave.
What is the best way for them? Because you know it's hard. It was hard for you.
You gotta move away from that motherfucker. You can't stay in the same area as them and be good. You gotta move away, because if you don't move away, I promise you, you're gonna end up either dead or really fucking hurt. Because, like I said, I could have lost my life 3 times, and y'all heard that in these stories. But God was on my side all 3 times. It wasn't my time to go. But unfortunately, he killed his other girlfriend. But that's it. That's my story time. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all learned something from it. I hope y'all feel my pain, where I came from. And yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, comment,
subscribe. Tell me how y'all feel about this. And deuces.